Welcome to the 20th Montgomery Summit. You're watching Monty TV. I'm Jackie Karsh. Joining me now is Jan Arendtsz. He's the CEO of integration platform Celigo. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as companies scale, what problems do they face that Celigo is solving?
So as companies invest in the cloud, they go ahead and buy a whole bunch of these apps because it's very easy to buy these apps these days. And they buy these apps, more and more apps, and then all of a sudden they have a little conundrum where they need these apps to talk to each other. And that's where we come in. We help companies have a connected enterprise and integrate these apps together, but not just for the sake of doing it, but to be able to automate business processes such as a quote to cash or hire to retire type business process. We make that happen. So companies invest in SaaS, we help them get a better return.
Now, is this only when companies are scaling that they need this connectivity between their apps?
It's actually companies of all sizes. We have companies with revenue as low as 5 million because they're at a certain scale and they've invested in the cloud. But typically these tend to be a little bit more mature companies where they've gotten to a certain critical mass. They know how to scale, they know what they want to do. That becomes the starting point for us.
Celigo has been through a couple of iterations. Where did it start? Where is it now? And how did you get there?
Yeah, so we started in 2011. Prior to that, I'd founded a consulting company. So we took some of those resources and started in 2011. The biggest change that we went through was in 2015, when we came to the realization that the product that we had didn't quite hit the spot in terms of the problem that we were trying to solve. And we decided to start with a blank canvas, massive decision, as you can imagine, and we built a brand new product. It was the hardest thing that we did. It was hard to sell the old stuff with the new product. And we launched that product in 2016. Now in 2023, looking back, it's the single best decision that we made because we were able to learn from all of our mistakes. Most companies don't have the opportunity to be able to do that and to go build the product based on the experiences we've had, the product that we wanted. And that's truly what we did. It took a while, but we are just so stoked to have a phenomenal product.
What are some of the lessons that you've carried with you over the course of building out Celigo?
So I think maybe if I were to sum it all up, I'm going to say that I've made pretty much every mistake that you can imagine and then some. And I'm pretty proud of the fact that if I make a mistake, I reflect on it and I make sure as much as possible within reason that I don't repeat those mistakes. But maybe one area that I want to focus on is employees, hiring, and realizing at a certain point in time that it's impossible for myself, for my leaders, for my co-founders to just do it all. The importance of getting the right team. If you have the right team, anything and everything is possible. Assuming that you are in the right space, there's a big addressable market, you've got a good product, the team is so critical.
If we take a step back, what do you see as the growing trend for the software integration space?
Where the larger industry is heading to, where there's convergence, is to be able to do any type of automation. So imagine automating a certain workflow by connecting apps, machine to machine, or having human-centric workflows where this workflow will stop until a human responds, approves a purchase order before it starts again, or using robots to run certain processes that are fairly tedious, which can be mimicked based on user behavior.
Jan, thank you so much for sharing that, and thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.